Hello. Whoa, let's go to chatting screen. I need to get my phone. You know, I give myself like 2 minutes to figure my setup out, and I just straight up didn't. God, aren't I clever? Just straight up oh yeah, thing I need to do. Yeah, not gonna do it. Not today, not tomorrow. Ugh. Phone acquired. Eesh. Time to get my phone set up so I can read chat. Although I suspect today chat will be minimal. I'm still going to have this explanation, of course, because VOD's channel. Not that anyone's watching VOD's channel. VOD channel is good because if you're anything like me, if you do manage to fixate on a streamer, it's very nice to go back and watch every single stream and every single video they've ever done. It is an acceptable practice. So someday, I expect someone might actually be interested in those VODs. You never know. You never know. Just testing all the links because sometimes Nightbot doesn't work. Looking like that's working. And chat display is working. Love that. Nightbot doesn't show up on the stream, which is bizarre. But yeah. Drink selection for today is an iced chai, which I made. I make all my drinks. I've got an iced chai. I've got some Earl Grey tea, which is hot. Actually, it's lukewarm now. I just dipped my finger in it, and now my finger is wet. And I also have a bottle of water. That's the drink spread. Chat. Today, we'll just be doing some art. Just some normal, casual art. And if we're lucky, I'll forget I'm live. Because I think when I'm streaming and doing art, I just forget how to function a little bit. It should be fine. I'll just look at chat sparingly. Duh. And then if someone new comes in and... Oh, what did I just click? Oh my god, I haven't even entered the stream manager, the stream... Am I okay? Where am I? What planet am I on? Stream manager. There it is. Bizarre. Okay. I think I should get back to, promoting myself on Blue Sky, because I sort of have been ignoring it. Hello, Keo. Welcome to stream. Just an art one today. Just a chill one. I think I'm going to listen to music today, but not play it for you guys. Because I'm afraid of being, I don't want to anger the DMCA gods. That seems like a unfortunate path to walk. So now I get to choose my music that I listen to that you guys can't hear. Ha ha ha, L. L, no desktop audio, L. It will be upsetting because it means you guys won't hear any of the sound alerts. Nah, it's fine. I swear to god, getting into, the beginning of a stream is, the hardest part. Ending a stream, easy. The middle of the stream, kind of okay. Ooh, The Good, the Bad, the Weird full soundtrack. Don't mind if I do. Love that movie. It's a Korean western about Manchuria. It's a lot of fun. Very fun movie. Alright. Get to the marker. Will I ever learn to make different audio tracks or no? I did figure out audio tracks. I'm just still scared of them. Like I technically understand how they work, but yeah. The other thing is that pretty much all the audio that is played through OBS. Did I? Hold on. I did a stupid. I started doing the art, and then I was like, wait a minute. I don't think I actually transitioned. But what was I saying? I don't know. I'm just scared. I figured out the audio tracks. They make sense. Any sound that comes through on OBS, I can't hear, unless it's my desktop audio. And so that's also what I use for when people join a call. So unless people join a call, I don't like to have desktop audio on. If that makes sense. It doesn't, but like, pretend it does, okay? Alright, what do I want? I'm looking at the canvas and I'm thinking about the shapes I want. No, not that. Going to start off. There's an easier way to do that, don't mind me. If you don't hear me talking much today, it's just because me tired. Me tired. I had to do feedback for poems today, and look, it was a good poem. I just don't know anything about poetry. So it was a really awkward situation where I was like, wait a minute, I can't even feedback this piece that I enjoyed. Because I like giving feedback to things I enjoy. But I couldn't even begin to like give feedback on it because I was just like, no, this tracks. I would willingly choose to reread this. But I'm also not that familiar with the syntax for poetry. So the workshopping group this week were very helpful for me last week when I did my workshopping. They were very positive. This week it was still positive, but it seemed they actually knew a lot about the form, which has made me second guess all the feedback they gave me last week because I was using a very weird form, which meant they wouldn't have had a lot of experience for navigating how to fix problems if there was anything that sort of stuck out. Oh, creative writing, how you're so fun. Yeah, if you just going back to the good, the bad, the weird, to the Korean Western, I really do like recommend it to everyone. It is such a good film. The soundtrack in particular. No, wait. Is that a late hour author I sense? I can read my name, don't worry about me. Hello, Audrey. It is late hour, also that you've sensed. Which is upset because I was thinking of going to a protest. I was thinking of going to a protest tomorrow for something I really do care about. Small issue is at 9, it's at 9 a.m. So I'd have to wake up at like 6 a.m. and I was like, I don't want to do that. So, and actually I will say what it was, for. It is, there's this, publishing house in, Melbourne. I think it's actually, so I'm staying up here for a little bit. Oh, hydrate? Yep. Um, it's this writing journal that's been running for 85 years called Meanjin. And it's one of our local universities, the University of Melbourne, partially funds it. And they have withdrawn funding. And are effectively making it so that the literary magazine has to close down. And it's like, they have the money to fund it. It's not that expensive. So basically, it's a purely political move. And so, like all things that happen at a university, there's going to be a protest. I don't think it will be a particularly big protest. A lot of people don't know about the situation, and then people who do don't want to wake up that early in the morning. My teacher, because I do a creative writing course, we're all in on the drama. But it was pretty much like, yeah, completely understandable if you don't go. But it's a really confusing situation, and no one's really sure how to navigate it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Oh no. Because it really is such like a cultural part of Melbourne, which is where I'm from, and just generally writers in Australia. So many people get published for the first time through Meanjin, and it's like you're defunding such an integral part of the publishing industry in Melbourne. Like the whole creative writing scene relies on that fucking publication. Uh, and you've not even given a good excuse. Not happy about it. Melbourne's a sort of weird place because it's definitely one of the richer places in Australia, but there's a surprising amount of restriction on what you can and can't do in terms of free speech. Like there's a protest literally every Sunday, and it's still like heavily regulated. Fries are so weird to make at times. I won't lie. Fries, yeah, I guess. Yo, hi Lee, are you live right now? No shade, but aren't you live right now? Or did I mistakenly read something else? It's often possible. I do it frequently. You want to draw together without Lobster? Maybe, maybe. I sort of just started stream, and I don't want to use my desktop audio because I'm listening to a movie soundtrack, and I can't be bothered to separate the audio track. Maybe in like, do you want to do that in like an hour if you're still live? You can do it later. You should get around to reading the last books and write your own. True, true. That works? Yeah, alright. In an hour, so that's at about 12 a.m. for me. I don't know what time that is for you, but yeah. Because I'd love to do it. We can doodle, we can do silly things. Without doctor. 11 p.m.? Yeah. Alright. I actually haven't finished a book in a while. Like the reading one. Am I sure I want to stay up late? Yeah, I'm fine. I don't have uni today. Sorry, I don't have uni tomorrow. I'll be fine to stay up late, I promise. New place has been going great, by the way. That's good. Yes, you go back to enjoying Stardew Valley. Icky thump. Oh, God. There's this, like, 80s British comedy series called The Goodies. And so every now and again, you'll hear me say, icky thump. And that is from an incredibly racist episode of The Goodies. But that, like, one, like, little line delivery just sticks in my head. And it's just like, oh. That line itself isn't particularly racist. That's why I'm, like, not actively trying to unsay it. But, yeah, it's just, like, having a good time and then suddenly that one line just snaps into my head. It doesn't help that one of my favorite songs is called Icky Thump. Not like that. Not like this. Go like that. Actually, that can probably be a bit darker. Oh, I love working with the color grey. Excited for spooky months? I don't really participate much in Halloween. I kind of just practice spooky all year round, but I might try and do some ghost hunting if I can persuade one of my groups to do it. Because it's like Samhain, isn't it? Like the veil between the living and the dead is thin on Halloween, or something. I don't know. I'm sort of having to remember very loosely what the exact deal is. So I want that slightly darker, smaller, lower opacity. But yeah, I think I'd be down to do ghost hunting in the spooky months if there is any merit to it. I should drag Lobster with me? Maybe. I'll see if Lobster's down to do it. Because I don't mind doing. I would eventually, not this month, be down to do a video about it. But ghosts require so much research, and I'm just not sure I want to do ghosts as like my first YouTube video. Although it would be fun. Maybe my second video will be about ghosts. And then I'll have one about the gingers. No, the gingers takes even more work. I'm not doing that until I'm out of uni and I have like time in my schedule for it. For context, last semester I did a not a thesis, but it was like a 2.4 thousand word essay of sociology about a correlation between I don't remember the whole like thing for this. Or it was about anti-intellectualism, politics, and TikTok. And I was looking at fan cams and fan edits and discussions in fandom spaces online because they have some rough arguments there. And while I was doing that, I was comparing how people have discussions in fandom spaces to how people have discussions in political spaces online. First video about rats? Maybe. And while I was doing that research, I observed many lesbians who happened to have a lot of crossover between really, really liking Kamala Harris and having a particular obsession with ginger-haired anime characters like Chuya Nakahara, and I know it's not anime, but also a child from Genshin Impact. The lesbians seem to like the ginger men, fictional men. And it was so interesting, the overlap between the Kamala Harris fans and the ginger-loving lesbians. I legitimately would look between the different accounts and be like, I recognize that username. You have a question, but you want to ask a little later because you're going to pop off in a little bit. You can ask it now if you want. I don't mind. You can also come back later. No pressure, no pressure. But yeah. And that whole research thing I did, it was I think I pulled a full all-nighter and then total spent about 36 hours reading over 5,000 TikTok comments across 50 different videos. It was painful, I won't lie to you. But I did it. And I got the high mark on the assignment. I got a high mark, not the highest or anything. And I'm just I actually deeply enjoyed trying to figure out that whole conundrum. Because it got me thinking, it's not the only time where there's a direct sort of opposing idea in fandom spaces and sexuality. Because another time where I sort of observed it, and this isn't even just in fandom spaces, it's just you observe it a lot. Because fandom spaces is sort of a safe space for most queer people. But the whole stereotype of asexual people and aromantic people having and I include both for a reason, having a really dirty sense of humor, which makes sense to me technically because it's if you're not into sex, it must all just be absurd. Well, not must, but I presume it makes sense for it to be a little Lamau energy. God, I hate myself. Oh, why did I word it like that? But yeah. And I was I want to get back into that. And so I would be considering doing a specific observation into lesbians and the redheads. But it's a whole other thing with asexual people and their dirty, dirty humor and archive of our own. So I'd do the lesbians and the redheads TikTok, and then asexuals, asexuals and archive of our own. What did you come back to? I'm pitching my research essays, except they're all really long and hard to do, so I'm reluctant to do any of them just yet. I'll probably... Yeah. Maybe I will do rats first, because I feel like rats aren't too complicated. I will have to find something to connect them to that will require some amount of research, because I find research fun. But yeah, maybe I might know someone who can get me some rats to film instead of me going rat hunting. Actually, if I go to the cemetery, I know they have rats there that crawl around. I'll go to the cemetery, film the different graves, and just capturing the rats. No, I'll blur out the names of the cemetery. Except for the Elvis shrine that no one can explain. At the Melbourne Cemetery, they have a memorial grave. They have a shrine of remembrance for Elvis Presley. Even though he didn't die here, he's not Australian. There's just a really strong community of people in Melbourne, apparently, who really like Elvis Presley. Smile. yeah. Out of curiosity, as a writer, do you ever struggle writing love and sensual passion, to put it lightly, because conveying it feels a bit hard for you? That depends. Do you mean like genuine, like intimacy, or smut? I'll tell you right now, the answer is no for me, but that's because, how do I put this? A lot of how people write that particular type of writing comes down to two things: their real life exposure to it, and then how they've seen it written before. So for me, I have a pretty easy time conveying relationships, and then I know how to write sex, but I know how to write sex from fandom spaces. Early exposure to fandom spaces, I might add, because I was 11. And then having just a lot of conversations about sex with my family. It wasn't really a hugely like taboo subject for me. Hello, Kang. But yeah, I think some people definitely do experience difficulties in conveying like sexually intimate scenes, especially balancing between like, am I writing a scene that's meant to be pleasurable for the reader, smart, or is it more part of the story? It's just one of those things where it's like, it literally is. I don't know. It depends on you. Because correct me if I'm wrong, Audrey. You grew up pretty religious, and not to make presumptions, but I'd say there's probably a stronger chance that you might not have had like a lot of openness growing up talking about sex and sexuality. So writing intimacy might be more difficult. Because if there's anything I know about people who grew up in like harsh religious environments, either they write the most like prolific like sex ever, or it's it's dry and stiff and missionary, and not in a good way. Reason? What are we talking about? Audrey is asking about struggling to write love and sensual passion. Reason why it's hard for you is because you have no experience with it, and you're doing it your own way as the story is first person perspective. It's just, jeez, you're really rushing into it there doing first person. I guess then you have to think about what your first person character feels in the moment, not just in a like sensory way, but also like intimate things you might have with a partner. If you're saying love, um, so if you're like writing sex where it doesn't really matter who the partner is, or it's like without love, uh, you're going to focus more on that raw sensual feeling of skin contact, maybe sharing saliva, things like that. When you're writing it in a romantic way, you're not trying to enhance the pleasure more than the romance. You want to be thinking, ah, yes, this character loves the person they're doing it with. So if character A is thinking, or character A being your perspective character, might notice some things about their love-making partner, who's like, oh my god, I love that expression they're making on their face, beyond it being, sorry, really bad, don't write it like that, but they might be like observing things about their partner they didn't know, if that makes sense. They're not really in love though. Character A here won a night of passion essentially. Okay, well that makes it easier. You're probably like, if the character is uncomfortable with intimacy or is experiencing it for the first time, they're going to be having like a particularly like visceral sense of confusion, because there are some parts of sex that flow very naturally, and then there are some parts where it's stiff and awkward because it's, by the sounds of it, it's with a stranger. What I do encourage you to do is to read some books with a similar type of graphic content, not necessarily from the romance section. You will find that there are books that are written by contemporary authors and like adult fiction writers that will involve sex scenes that aren't purely smut. And it's good to have that diversity. And especially if you, like, check your Google Drive. Yeah. But yeah, just, like, diversifying the sexual content you consume. So you can get a better idea of what you want. Unless you're trying to copy a particular style of writing, which isn't inherently bad, by the way. Because if you're unfamiliar writing a certain type of scene, one of the first things you should do is look at how other people convey it. So for me, when I'm thinking about scenery, I really like how scenery is depicted in The Raven Boys, which is a very long series with a very complicated plot, but I find it to be very inspiring. You're using other styles of cartridge? Yeah. Definitely do that for now. And that will kind of give you an idea of how you want to depict the sex scene. And if you're still struggling, I was about to say go have sex, and then I'm like, no, that's not the right advice. I mean, it's not bad advice, it certainly helps, but just because you've had sex doesn't mean you'll be able to write sex, per se. Unless it's like there's like a really, really specific thing that you're trying to experience and write. You don't want to copy your own style? No, you don't need to copy their own style. What I mean is, like, looking into the syntax of it. When I think about writing an intimate scene, I like to write it as an action scene. I like to think about it as being very, like, there's an element of play and competition between the two people, or more people. I personally haven't written many orgies, but I won't judge. But yeah, just paying attention to how you could do it, rather than, like, step by step. Yes, they wrote it perfectly this way, so I'll write it perfectly that way. At the very least, use it to figure out pacing, and then which elements they're focusing on in the narration. And that can just be used to give you a bit of a guideline. Again, I got most of this from Wattpad, which is why I don't write smut anymore. Not graphic smut, at least. You keep it low, so to say. It's complex for them to speak as one is too nervous while the other has way too many centuries of experience. That sounds like you're going to run into, like, a situation with informed and, like, fully willing consent. It's not, like, non-consensual or anything, a relationship like that, but typically, if you feel like you are unable to say no in a situation, and the situation still goes on, you still feel like you've been breached in some way. You find yourself nervous while writing from the character's POV? Yeah, that checks out. I mean, if you want it to be more of a, like, tense scene, you can do that too. It really depends on how you characterize the characters having sex with each other. Because, like, if this other character has a lot of experience, it might be that they are able to pick up on the nervousness of the other character and they're trying to actively comfort them. And then you can have a sort of, like, intimacy and deep connection, even if it's just temporary. There's also the do the characters need to have sex question. Because oftentimes, like, if you're having discussions with people online about writing more plot-centric works, they'll be like, do you need to kill a character? And it's the same with sex. Do you need to have a character do those things in that time? Because it's not always necessary. It's like, it's nice, but it's like, you gotta think, does it fit there in the story? And if your characters aren't close to each other, do you want it? Do they want it? There's a lot of value in understanding whether or not you need a sex scene, as I learnt. Jeez, I had it rough. Not, like, rough in, like, a very serious way, but just in, like, a... Not everyone has the experience of encountering the Omegaverse at the age of 11, but when you meet those people, you can tell. I've had to like actively unlearn a lot of things about sex. They might not want it, but you want it. That's fair. But if you're struggling to write the scene, that might be why. Plot-wise, the prize with the Night of Passion as character B tends to merge with their partner if they like it just as much as they do. You might rewrite the scene since comforting has slipped your mind. Yeah. I think absolutely if it's like there's this like merging concept, I do feel like you want there to be some element of comfort because that low-key sounds terrifying. I also have elements of if this happens, two characters might merge together or like something supernatural might occur. And when you're having conversations between those characters about whether or not that is possible, you want comfort. Or even if it's not explicit, like even if it's not about sex. Because I actually, there's like one sexually, like, sex is mentioned in one chapter. Actually, it's mentioned in multiple chapters, but the actual act only happens in like one. And it's not something that's like actively made into a thing. It's sort of like, it's mentioned that it happens. It's a very spur of the moment thing between two characters who've had sort of like rough relationship with each other in that they didn't like each other very much. And then they have this moment where they're like, fuck it, we bowl. Might as well. And writing that scene helps them to understand themselves a little more. Understand themselves and also each other. And having a chapter like that really helps develop a relationship between characters. Character B in this story is the catalyst for why life exists on Earth. She moved inside the moon and then earned her own planet now called Lunaris. Yeah. Definitely dealing with speculative and like magical fantasy themes can be a really interesting like challenge for things that we experience in the day-to-day. Sex is one of those things where it's not like magic. Not everyone practices magic. Not everyone can understand magic, and so when you're writing fantasy, that's sort of the easiest part, because you can explain as much or as little as possible. When it comes to sex, there's sort of an implied, people reading this know some amount of information about sex. So depicting it can be really difficult. You have to think, what if I've depicted this in a dumb way? Why does this scene feel unnatural? And it relies on you having experience. Not necessarily having sex, but understanding how it can be written. Because like I said, there's a huge and very prominent community of asexual people on Archive of Our Own who are writing heavy smart. And either they are not into sex themselves, they are not into sex themselves, or they have had sex, but they're like, whatever. And then there are just generally lots of, like, they're just, not everyone who writes smart has had sex. And sometimes you can tell, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you're an 11-year-old who has definitely never had sex. And someone joins in the conversation, they're like, I can tell you're experienced. And it's like, nope. I am not experienced. I am 11, but I won't tell you that because internet safety. Her lovers basically merge with them, and if she wants, she can give them a piece of her that can either change them into the same species as character B, or basically get a symbiote if they resist it. Oh, nice! Resistance and punishment. People who never in a relationship write best love song. That's true, yeah. And sometimes it's just being able to depict that yearning, or to have like a sort of fairy tale sense of what something could be. That's what I find. I think that's why. Because someone who has had it will have already had the expectations changed of what the relationship could be. And so because of that, it's like you can tell in their writing that there's a little bit more realism, but it's not particularly enjoyable, if that checks out. It's like the difference between feeding the fantasy and responding to reality. resistance isn't the form of denying, so more in that their will is strong enough to resist being shifted into something else in mind, body, and soul. That's cool. I mean, that definitely will contribute to the comforting and like providing motivation to resist. Because that's something a lot of people like miss out on when they have a sort of like arrangement like that. They'll sort of jump into this idea that the character will know automatically to resist, which isn't always the case. Especially like if it's something that's like really overwhelming as an experience. The way you want to go about it is that character A doesn't become either one, taking her gift as a token of love rather than wanting to become something else. From a presumably one night stand? Or is there like some sort of like build up of romance before this? How familiar are these characters with each other? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can really say, but I don't know particularly how you read it. Barely met? Yeah, it's a one night stand, so I'm not sure if having token of love as like a result of this is entirely a good idea, unless you intend for them to have like a couple nights of intimacy, like over a duration of time. Not that people can't like have love at first sight. I just think it takes away like a lot of the like fun of a romantic or sexual endeavor. It's the actual like part of pursuing someone that's quite fun. It's why like a lot of romance books are structured in this like time before the romance and then the time in the romance is actually like in a relationship is short. There's a lot more. I love them and they don't like me, and then actually they do like me, but we're not going to form a relationship because I actually have a relationship with this other person who's a creep, and if I love this other person, then the creep will come and chase him down. It's a lot of drama in romance. So that's why I'm like, if you're writing love, have a bit more play, have a bit more time before your like character A is like, yes, this is a token of love with this person I've just met. Unless it's revealed at some point that character B and character A have this like long history that's implied already. Character B doesn't do exceptions. When a person in this world accepts being a deity's partner, they change drastically. Character A doesn't change because she loves the goddess, but wishes to find her own path in life and not to settle down on a one night stand of all things. Confusion. But that's to be expected because I don't know what your exact world building is or your system of creating a deity. Feel free to expand. It might just also be a case here where I'm not super familiar with the like type of genre conventions of what you're writing. Because I talk about romance, and I'm talking largely about commercial romance or like fandom culture smart. Of course, commercial fiction, nothing wrong with it, but it's painful. It's painful. It isn't always good, but it's really good for if like you're beginning to write and you're not sure what you're doing. Commercial writing as a reference can be really nice, especially if you want lots of people to read it for it to be accessible to a broad variety of readers. If you're just doing it for yourself, do literally whatever you want. It matters not what the commercial publishers say, nor the standards of the literary fiction scene. At the moment, I'm doing a class that's focused on novel writing. And so we don't spend as much time looking into full plots, even though we really should be because we're doing novels. We're looking at first chapters, opening chapters, how you can foreshadow, teaching the reader how to read. And we run into this issue of everyone here, like everyone in the class, has done short fiction before. Novels, different lengths, different size. So when you're thinking about pacing, you're also thinking about the length of the text. Because if you've got like one chapter where they have sex and then there's still like 50 more chapters that happen afterwards, you have to think about the pacing in regards to that as well. Well, not have to, but yeah. This is giving you new insight on this. Good, I'm glad. Feel free to ask absolutely any questions, and I will ask about 50 more in response. If there's anything I know about workshopping in a creative writing space, it's not like it's not like drawing, where it's like, you're not sure how to draw a head? Here, use a cube and understand that it's 3D and practice and do a lot of drills or whatever. When it comes to writing, the best thing you can do is question an author or like a writer's decision to do each thing so that they can reflect on what they've done and how it's been processed. You just give any like strong reaction you've had to the text, and then, have you considered this element? I swear, the word consider is very, very overused in the creative writing course that I'm doing. Have you considered this? How about you consider that? Here's something to consider. It's really funny. But yeah, lots of like considering questions and why questions. And often if the writer is struggling with a particular aspect, asking those questions will get to the bottom of it eventually. And for me, I'm having to like provide workshopping to like people across multiple genres, multiple lengths. Yesterday, pain to like workshop this piece. It was an Australian Gothic, and the conventions of an Australian Gothic novel are very specific. They're sort of asking for a certain amount of imagery and a certain amount of tension while still being very homey and familiar. And then today, it was poems. I'm not familiar with the conventions of poetry because I skipped all those classes and they fill me with rage. I don't like reading poetry, I don't engage with poetry, so when I'm asked to workshop poetry, I just kind of stare at it blankly. That being said, I have professionally edited poetry and been told I'm good at it. So, I think there are things you can get from someone who even, like, doesn't know fuck anything about poetry. There's always something you can get from a test reader. The way deities function in this is that they embody a concept like sins, virtues, emotions, or a part of existence, to put it short. The old god of death being older than the old god of life. Old gods are natural while new gods are man-made, like mythology deities and other things like weather, holidays, etc., etc. That checked out. That's a fairly normal concept for, like, deities. Because it's like most pantheons have a similar sort of concept where this is the god of such and such that is capable of XYZ. XYZ. Ugh. I just almost pronounced that completely incorrectly. Yeah. But that would also impact a bit, I guess, how your main character interacts with the deity. And whether or not you want it to be like I already like the deity or not. God in this world is just the old god of compliance. Interesting. I like to think God is the god of negligence, but that's a rather positive spin. Religion's such a funny thing. I know someone who, I believe she grew up Muslim. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she did. And she really, really hates religion, all forms, which I don't agree with. And that's because I appreciate the spiritual aspect of religion and the way that it can give people a purpose. I do not think that everyone should be religious. But I also don't think that everyone should not be religious and that everyone should be in touch with something like realism or like a strict realism such as science. Because science itself is also constantly evolving. And it doesn't give much sense of purpose to a person when what they are is constantly changing. Religion gives you something relatively consistent. Not always, but relatively. It tells you that there's always a god, for example, and however you practice it, that is the answer, that is the interpretation. And it just gives you, like, something. Show him 3 poetry, told Daddy go get these, poetry CD, lowest fee. Close Becky, Mole Saggy. I don't know, I just love randomly doing this. I don't know what you're talking about, Clang. Clang, sorry, generally, I don't know. I hate poetry so much. What is it? What's the poetry that started my hatred for it? Because there's a specific kind that just kind of spurred this whole, no, it's bullshit. Nope, not that. Poetry, but no words. Just audio or squares. Where is it? Where is it? I'm sure I'll figure it out. No! No! I'm looking at the poetry now, and now it's making me upset. Ew. No, I'm pretty sure it is phonetic poetry, and there's just a children's version that's not correct. Oh, it's so gross. Ew, I hate looking at poetry examples. Icky, leaving. Alright, I'll just draw it over here what it looks like. It's upsetting. But yeah, I was looking at a poetry book, and it looked like this. And I know what you're thinking, Morse code. It wasn't Morse code. It was phonetic poetry. It's like, I guess you could call it Morse code, but it isn't this, it's not quite the same. So basically, it would be a bunch of like squares, dots, different shapes in a line, and then that's like the transcript. And then there's an additional thing that goes a bit like this. And it is so annoying. Sometimes you like rhyming nonsense. Look, rhyming as a convention is okay. Poetry is the thing I have beef with. And like sometimes poetic devices are really nice mixed into prose. It's just poetry as a culture. Ugh. Stop it. Not everything is poetry. You can't just do a thing and say poetry. The poet mentality is looking at this curtain-esque thing and going, that's a poem. And I was like, no, it's not. It's only a poem if I say it is. And then they'll look at a tree and they'll be like, I'm really inspired by the way the wind blows through it. And oh, I'm wearing my hippie clothes. You'd hate one of my characters for it? Look, I hate poets. I hate the like stereotypical poet. I hate poets in real life, except for some of them who are cool, but that's really rare. And it's even more rare for me to enjoy a poem. When I do work for literary magazines, and just like generally writing ones, and I have to work on like accepting things, it's like, you submitted this, and quite frankly, I'm offended you did. I am offended you have submitted this idea. Gross. The X paradox isn't really a poet, but they rhyme most of the time. That's fine. Again, rhyming is technically fine. It's the act of, like, being a poet. I think it is inherently evil. Just a little bit. Just a little bit inherently evil, just as a concept. Yeah, that's not quite as thick as I want it. Let me just darken that some more so I can see. Overall, I've been surprisingly helpful. What do you mean surprisingly? Nonsense contents respond to N. Nonsense John spends on sex. Oh no. Look, I'll give you some. I'll be lenient. I won't ban you for doing poetry in my chat. I'm considering it, but I won't yet. Strong consideration. It just pisses me off so much. Please don't. Okay, I won't. The other thing is, and this matters a lot when it comes to poetry, and that's the way. Excuse me. Oh, god damn it. Ugh. Hold on. And that's the way it's formatted. You're surprised at how much potential you have missing? Nah, everyone's missing potential. It's better just get over that. No, that's a weird way to put it. What I mean is, a lot of people have expectations for their writing. And realistically, you're never going to fully satisfy those expectations you have set for yourself. It's unfortunate, but true. So the general rule of thumb, never presume you're the best writer, and never presume that what you're writing in its current state is in its best, like, form. You will eventually reach a point where you're like, what I was doing was either way better or way worse than you thought. And sometimes it really is just as simple as questioning whether or not you want a scene to happen, or if you just want the scene to happen at some point. Always be thinking about plot structure, even in short fiction, especially in short fiction, I might say, because I don't actually know the length of what you're writing. You've always felt like you were missing something, and I just told you what it was. David, why we ask questions? But yes, I'm glad. I'm glad I was able to help you, Audrey. I like helping people with writing. If I manage to pull more writers into the streams, I really want to start doing like live feedback. But I know that's like such a daunting thing for people. Not always, but quite often. Mm-hmm. Like, if something was genuinely bugging you and you felt it was crucial, and I just opened your eyes, that's what I'm here for. I've put these on the wrong spots, but I don't care. I just feel like having a chill time with my art today. Yeah, no, not like that. You wouldn't mind doing the live criticism thing and you're actually kind of interested in it? Good, good. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it when there's like 2 people here who are into writing. But yeah, that's definitely something I plan on doing eventually. Especially when I like finish with my uni course, I'm going to miss workshopping so much. Like it's actually so fun. Especially when you like know how to do poetry. Not poetry per se, but like, you know. You can send you the link to the doc as well as comment access because you don't mind comments as you take those notes for what you should do. Yeah, maybe. At the moment, I'm like actually quite busy, so I'm like reluctant to take on anything like that unless it is paid. I'm not asking you to pay me or anything like that. I'm just saying generally, it's finally gotten to the point in my semester where we're like actually getting into assignments. So I need to read a book, then I need to read everyone else's writing, provide feedback on that writing, then write an essay about the book. I do genuinely enjoy it, but it makes like getting in and out of pieces. I just need to reduce that particular load of work. But yeah, if you ever want me to edit something like before you're like publishing it, I absolutely don't mind doing that just in general. Because I have experience doing it, all unpaid. Yeah. I recall you mentioning your netmom before. Uh, she leaves comments for you at times when she gets to read. Yeah. Mummy issues. That I'm saying that with you, not at you. Mummy issues. Mummy issues very common. Okay, not quite like that. I have a better idea. Yeah, that works. Less effort always makes me feel good. Quick and easy poll. I'm incredibly not satisfied with the curtains, how they look at the bottom. But do I care? To that, the answer is no. Absolutely do not care. Not enough to fix it, at least. Which is why I've just done a quick little copy paste. Nah, that's fine. Whatever. You need to sleep now? Alright, good night, Kwong. That's fine, that's fine. Rhyming's okay. You're going in as this is your first proper story, so your mindset is this isn't your best, there's always room for improvement in future works. Yeah, not everything must be picture perfect for chess. That's exactly right. And then, like, I'm going to say this just in advance. Even if you do reach a point in this, like, specific draft where you're like, yeah, that's amazing, don't publish it. It's not like a you have to or anything, but typically it's a good practice to not publish anything that is a first draft. Because people tend to miss obvious things. And that's when it becomes a really good idea to look into editing. Because in editorial work, you've got a few things that you look at. One of them's line editing. That's the easy editing that most people do, where you basically go, there's a spelling mistake here, there's a grammar error there, line by line by line. And then you've got structural editing. And your structural editing, it might be that there's a whole paragraph. You're doing it for fun? Yeah, I know. When you say proper story, I just kind of immediately went into industry standard. But it's helpful to know the industry standard, especially if you enjoy reading books. Because that means that there's something that the industry knows that a novice writer does not necessarily know. Whether it's a specific type of convention or a particular way it is edited, there is something that they know that is in their practice that you should consider employing in your own work. Okay. You're always rereading your draft when you open it, just to see if anything is off, but your grammatical errors are corrected and punctuations are kept track of? Yeah. I mean, I will say, if you're writing this as a first draft, whether or not you intend on publishing it, you don't need to be too pedantic about how much you edit. You can just let it be. And then if you decide to write more, brain, lock in, please. Do your editing after. Let your first draft be flow. Let everything just connect in a weird way, and then go back and edit it. It just gives you a bit more freedom. Because it really doesn't need to be perfect. The minimum, you want it to be comprehensive. Yeah. Okay. Where is that layer? Okay. Time to start getting rid of the pole. I want that to be going. I'll let that be there. Sorry, I'm doing my umming and ahhing and thising and thatting. I don't enjoy doing that, but it happens. And then I want that to be coming out of there. It's going behind, in front, behind, in front. Yes, I have heard of tracks from Gorillaz. I love Gorillaz. Love might set an expectation for me to know their songs off by heart. But, oh, fuck, what is it called? The one where the music video is like a 360 haunted house. I really like that song. I think it might be Saturn's Balance, but I could be wrong. I fuck with Gorillaz heavy. Let me check if I've got the right one. Yes, it is Saturn's Bars. Why have you brought up Gorillaz, Audrey? Going to be on my mind now. Okay, it's going under. So then that's over, under, over, under. Then I select that. That's over, that's under, That's under, that's over. Over, under. You've been vibing recently with Tomorrow Comes the Day, 2000 and Clint Eastwood? Yeah. You want to listen to each phase properly? Honestly, I don't pay attention to the phases. And that's simply because the way I was introduced to Gorillaz was the same way I'm introduced to all my music, which is through other people randomly and without paying any attention to details about the artist unless they do something horrifically offensive like Amanda Palmer. Because I didn't know anything about her, and then one day I learned about her, and then I was like, do not want to listen to her anymore. For context, Amanda Palmer is Neil Gaiman's wife, Neil Gaiman being a very prominent author who did lots of the raping of women. And his wife participated, often like bringing girls for him to sexually assault and helping him with it. It's very upsetting for me because I quite liked Amanda Palmer growing up. Never meet your heroes. The reason you're going by phases at the moment is because Phase 7 Cracker Island has the most balls-to-balls unhinged story for its track. Oh, yeah, I should get into the story for Gorillaz. That would be a smart thing to do. That would be really fun. Maybe one of my assignments is a collaborative project with about 15 other people. And part of it involves writing and responding to a prompt that we've all decided on. And there's someone in my class who is pushing hard to write about music. And I was really worrying about what I'd do because I really hate that prompt. Maybe I'll write a piece about Gorillaz. Because I can write literally whatever. I don't even have to write anything. Because we're being marked on our collaborative skills. Alright, it's been an hour. Lee, where are you? Oh, I love this stuff being live. I didn't even notice. But that does explain a lot. Twitch.tv /Ricarlee 22. Listen, you thought Murdoch was already bad from what Phase 1 gives you, but nope. Oh yeah, no, Murdoch is like a... There's a reason why he is a character. Hey. I've just gone to Lee's stream to ask because we were going to like collab it around this time. Oh. Let me know when you are ready. All right. Where is it? There. I want my metal bar. Right, where is it? What am I doing? Brain. Visually, Gorillaz is also impressive. True. I love Gorillaz, like, as a concept band as well. It's really cool. That's the wrong slider. I want that one. And then we go like this. Should have grabbed this one earlier, to be honest, but I didn't. My bad. Nope, and I've done the wrong slider again. No, I want to add just a little bit. Aside from the Murdoch jump scare and Tomorrow Comes Today, I'm not sure I remember jump scare. I'm not sure I remember much of Tomorrow Comes Today. I might listen to it, but you won't be able to hear it. Ha ha ha. Comes today. I just like sometimes stop paying attention to what songs are called. And so it's like, oh, do you know this song? And I'm like, no. Oh, I really like Do Your Thing as well. You pop off soon because you're going to eat and you don't want to water the garden. What? Let me read that message. I'll pop off soon because I'm at eat and I don't want water. I don't want to water the garden, but it's just me and message at home. Okay. Oh, Tomorrow Comes Today has got a really different. I was not expecting that. Oh, I do know this song though. Yep, that checks out. You're going to dip now because your sister put on this now, so you'll be back in 2 hours maybe? Cool. I might not be still live in 2 hours. I could be wrong though. I don't know how long I will be streaming for. $24-hour stream? Nah. If I do a 24-hour stream, I'll get in trouble. Also, I want to shower at some point. My shower at the moment is really bad. It's really, really, like, been difficult for me to, like, shower frequently. Not in, like, a gross amount of lack of showering, but, it's just been whack. And I've just been, like, really, like, ugh. I've been feeling shit. You might say I've been waking up like fuck P. Diddy. Eesh. Neat trick, everyone. This is very lazy art that I'm doing today. I've merged that onto the wrong layer. Yep, that checks out. Yeah, hello Lee. Is it time? From afar, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if from afar. No one's looking that closely. May you barge into VC? Yes, let me just. Desktop audio is now on, so it should work. And then should also make sure I have your reactive set up. I'm pretty sure I do, because I already had them all individually set up. Yes, you appear to be on the scene. But if you can come into the VC, you still have permission, right? Hello. How is your
Hello.
stream
Hope you don't
going?
mind me just barging in because I did ask in your chat, but then I realized I can't have the desktop audio playing.
Oh no.
Uh,
Yeah. I was using my
'cause I
desktop
don't
audio.
want to hear it scream.
Yeah. I was using my desktop audio for copyright music. Yeah. It happens, it happens.
And yeah, hello.
Hello.
Let me just switch things up.
Yep. Why does everyone
Category.
use desktop audio? I'm sorry, it is up to your standards, Kyo. It's easy.
Yeah, desktop audio is pretty much all I have. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
I have a second audio input, but I haven't like bothered to really figure it out. I also happen to rely somewhat on Vlogda when it comes to things like that, because I can't be bothered to figure it out myself. I'm lazy.
That's valid though.
Yeah. And he's always so willing to over-explain things, so might as well utilize that resource. Yes, the entire internet exists, but whatever.
Yeah. All right. I was like drawing the icon stuff that you requested.
Mm.
I am admittedly having a bit of art block when it comes to these.
You're all good. Again, there's absolutely no rush to do those. For context, chat, I am commissioning Lee to draw the redeem point little pictures for that. Got a bit of pixel art coming to the channel.
And can I like have your input on the stuff I have drawn so far?
Yeah, sure.
If you like it or want any change.
Yes.
So for the hydrate, I have drawn wet you.
Mm.
I'm thinking maybe instead of this, I draw like you chugging a big bottle of water.
Oh,
Make it
I
easier
like
to,
how soggy I
interpret.
look, but I do want. Yeah. Depending on how much work you wanted to do, what I could set up is like we could do an animated GIF just for this one this one redeem.
Oh.
So like I'm chugging the water and I spill it all over myself.
Good.
Minimal frames.
That is going to be a little bit of a complicated piece.
Yeah.
If
That's
I
why
were
I
to
said.
animate that.
That's why I said depending on how much work you want to do.
But I could.
But yeah. Because I really like soggy Arthur. Another thing is I could have this as an emote on the channel. And then you could do the drinking one for the other thing. That would be a way that you don't have to do as much work. I'm not ready to let go of this version.
So I am going in order. So next is the shrimp.
Yeah.
With your color palette.
Yes.
That's the posture check. I think this one's pretty okay-ish.
Yeah. Hold on. I just realized I haven't done the shout out for you on my channel. Oopsie.
Do you wish to do the share chat thing, or
yes.
is this okay for now?
We could probably do that.
Okay.
Let's see if I remember how to do that. Do I need to knock on you?
I will knock on you.
Okay. God, my stream manager is Amos. Yes, click to accept. There it is.
Make sure to mute your, okay?
Yeah.
And that
Muted
should be working
audio.
now.
Yes, I think so. Chat, is it working? Yeah, because I'm pretty sure chat can't see your screen. So you're like talking about the emotes and I'm just here like, yes, I agree. Yeah, I love the shrimp.
Use one of my commands in your chat to check. You can use one of my commands in your chat in order to check.
Right. 14. Worked on my end. Oh my god, chaos.
I think it didn't work.
Yes, hold on. It worked on one screen. It worked on the,
That's weird.
share thing. Look, it's not an authorial stream without a bit of scuff.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Yeah.
I did it.
Okay.
I got it done. Yeah, there we go. It started.
Yay! Might just be a me issue. Wait, what's that?
Yeah.
What's,
It works now.
what's that percentage K thing? I'm only 40%? Damn.
I think it was you who gave me the idea to add a exclamation mark yay command.
That checks out. Jesus, Kyo.
Wow.
Very gay.
I added a couple commands. If you come to my stream, you can literally TTS anything.
That's awesome.
Probably a bad idea, but you know.
Yeah, wow. It's fine. But yes, love the shrimp.
Anyways, I am streaming my screen on Discord for you to see if you want to check the.
I tend to
drawing
not.
notes.
I hate to be difficult, but I tend not to stream my Discord just because I have a lot of uni affiliated
It's so good.
groups on Discord, and I'm like, I don't want to share that.
I just want to quickly show you the stuff I have drawn so far, and maybe get some ideas from you as well and stuff.
Yes, of course. Yeah. I just love the wet ones so much. The anvil dropping is...
So for the self timeout, anvil dropping.
I like that one too.
If you have any other ideas, I'm really open to hearing it.
Yeah.
For the emote only, I just did this.
Iconic.
I don't know. I couldn't come up with anything really interesting with this one.
No, that one checks out. It's
and
turned
for
me into
time out somebody else, I really wanted to do a sad lobster, but I'm probably going to redraw this. I don't like how this turned out.
I've got a particular thing for lobster if you want that.
Sure.
Yeah. Because, you've drawn lobster with clothes, and I sort of have him on stream as a sort of fleshy creature with very little anatomy. It's really just.
Ooh.
I'm just going to put it in the stream chat.
Show me your ref for lobster.
Right.
And that will certainly help.
I sent you in the chat my lobster. It's so... If the best thing...
image, now that is going to permanently be in my computer.
Yep. I like to think of him as looking like pre-chewed gum. What are my other redeems? I need to check that. Because honestly, I've forgotten what half of them are.
I hate it. It's terrible.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's so fun.
Yeah, it's terrible. I love it. I hate it. Therefore, I love it and I hate it.
Yeah. How was your Stardew Valley playing? I don't know if I asked
Let's see if I
yet.
can put it out this time.
Yeah.
It was pretty chill. I'm still just thinking on the who I want to marry this run.
Yeah, I know lots of people who play Stardew Valley, so I sometimes think about playing it, and then I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. It's shocking that I managed to convince myself to get Hollow Knight. Although I think that's for the... I don't think anyone is happy that I've done that.
for the pain of everybody.
Yeah.
Mostly chat, though.
Yeah.
You'll be playing again this week, this Friday, right?
Yes. I'll be playing it every Friday until I reach literally any ending. You're happy about it? That's good. I think it will make for a really nice edited video.
If you do the same thing for a Silk Song, you probably have a content for the rest of your life.
Yeah, true. If it starts taking too long because I miss playing Minecraft, strong chance I'll start doing alternating streams. Or I'll start doing it a bit on Monday during the day, Minecraft that is. Because I promised Hollow Knight Fridays.
Yeah.
It is quite fun to play, but I'm not sure if I'm enjoying the game more or filling people with rage.
You're enjoying the chat torture.
Yeah. My understanding of Hollow Knight and Silksong is that quite a big component of it is making people suffer and enjoying that. So I think I fit perfectly into the community. Just like, hey guys.
A section of the game is literally called the Path of Pain. So
that checks out.
do what you will, you know.
Mm. And if anyone complains, they don't have the spirit of the game. That's my hot take.
Yeah, they are in your stream by their own volition.
Yep.
They choose to be there.
I need to figure out clips for it, because I feel like this is one thing where I could actually get followers, and I'm just like, I don't know which parts of this are funny. I feel like I spend most of it fucking with people. So I'm like,
I actually don't care much about getting new followers and stuff.
Yeah. I can't.
Is that
yeah.
Should I be focusing on stuff like that?
Not necessarily, because you're in Korea, you can't really make money from it. No.
Yeah.
For me, not that I'm trying to make a lot of money, but it's nice to get some money. I pretty much plan on using.
For the period where I could get money, it was nice.
Yeah, pretty much my plan for streaming money and how much I get from it is mostly for saving up for stuff for publishing a book, and then also for buying things for my younger siblings. Which is to say, long time savings, and then.
So from my experience with the people on Twitch, I do want to say this. Sometimes there are people for a certain demographic, this is more prevalent. For certain other demographics, there aren't. But some people may come in and they just dump a bunch of money on the stream and try to act like they own the place.
Yeah.
Try to make the streamer do whatever they want, you know? Those kind of things happen, and I have seen people who are a bit too greedy for their own good, a bit too money hungry for their own good.
Yeah.
Just let that happen, and the stream becomes a wreck. Be careful, okay?
I will be careful.
Some people are really weird, and they will be really entitled, really parasocial. The least likely that those kind of people exist is the art stream category, fortunately. Unless you're doing furry art.
It's a good thing I don't spend any time streaming on games. You think clips are fun for posterity, not really for how much it helps with growth, just to clip stuff? I think in particular for Hollow Knight, I want clips just because they're funny. There's got to be funny stuff in there that will draw people to the stream. Because a lot of what I'm doing at the moment, I just end up making a promotional graphic, and I'm like, all right, marketing 101. The current consumer does not respond well to marketing like that. Also, hello Ivy, thank you so much for following.
Ivy.
Yeah.
I would love to clip for you because I am able to clip some stuff pretty well, but clipping is disabled in Korea as well.
No. I mean, if there's ever a point when you're watching a stream and you think that will be good, please feel free to just DM me a timestamp, and then I can actually do the clipping. Saves me some time.
I will actually do that.
You drew a donkey girl? Very nice. Do you want to send it? And I'll show it. If you do send it, it has to be on the Discord. But
You said donkey, and I immediately think of Shrek.
That's fair.
Donkey.
Yeah, because wait, did I fix that? I can't remember if I disabled the Nightbot link prevention or not. Yeah. Isn't Ameloptis Discord? Okay. Please feel free to join my Discord. I'm slowly
Join Arthur's Discord.
Yeah, what I do basically is you should join
Lobster doesn't have power there.
Correct. Lobster doesn't have power on my Discord. I have power on his. Not as a mod, but like.
I don't. I do have a Discord like server that I do use, but the thing is pretty barren, so I probably don't recommend you join it unless you want another like a server that one barely like interacts with.
Yeah, I think I'll start joining more people's servers after uni. Oh, they keep pulling me into the official uni servers, and it's like, no, that's my gaming stuff and my drawing stuff. Today in class, I turned over to my classmates and I was like, yeah, I uploaded the poll on Discord, and they were like, Discord? That fucking class does it on Instagram. And I forgot. Alright, maybe I'm looking, where's the art sharing section? On the Arthurial Hole Punch Dirty Discord, we have quite a few different avenues for sharing art. But basically what you want to do is you want to go to the creator spaces, and then under there, finished pieces, or rough work or spitballing. Spitballing is just for throwing ideas at the wall. Rough work is for anything like if you're drafting a piece, if you're like beginning to work on coloring and you want to share, anything like that goes in rough work. And then finished pieces is I finish with the piece, share. Yes, very nice. Please feel free to explore the channels. It's like a shopping center. It's chaotic. But I don't want to run. There's an event today. 5 more minutes. We got a game of donkey.
Yeah, I just saw it. Hell yeah.
Yes.
Men will look at us and say wife.
True. Yes, very nice. You've got like a lot of color going on, Ivy. Like, it's really cool because a lot of people like try and shy away from color, and you're just like, nah, all in with the color, which is really good.
I am guilty of shying away from color.
Yeah.
Also, Ivy, can you do us a quick favor and do exclamation mark gay real quick?
You have a problem blending? Your blending isn't too bad, but you also seem to be like mixing styles a little bit.
That's pretty gay.
Yeah, pretty gay. I mean, I would say
that's about right. Yeah.
If you want a little bit of advice from me, particularly when it comes to drawing circles, like from lack of sleep, it's very rarely just straight into a purple. When I like tend to do that, I tend to introduce some red and then to transition that into like a purple or cooler color. Just because it feels like it blends a bit more naturally in the skin tone. That's like one place where I'm like, actually you can saturate that less, but you just need to, instead of just pulling it down straight, you're pulling it down a little bit and then increasing like red, like tired. You're trying to emulate Tomoko from Watamote?
Tomoko from Watamote?
Yeah.
I don't believe I know what that is.
I don't know what it is either. So that's why we didn't pick up on it. You probably did a good job of it. Let me do a Google.
Let me look that up.
Yep.
Tomoko. Watamote.
Yeah, that checks out.
Oh, this girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember seeing her.
Yeah, very popular thing. I didn't ever think to search up the name of that character. I wouldn't say you have a blending problem. It's like you don't have the skill. I'd say you have a blending problem in deciding where you're like cell shading and when you're like painting. I'd say like that's the only thing. But even then, it's not too noticeable. It sort of comes off as being relatively intentional. If you want, we can break it down and do it lobster style. But yeah. If it's not abundantly obvious, I'm not like the biggest, bestest, like professional artist. A lot of my art is for self-indulgence. Did you do the hair okay? Yeah, I'd say so. It's definitely very like messy, chaotic hair.
Yeah, I am also very much just a hobbyist
Yeah.
artist, so
Lobster's in it for the
our
grind.
goal is to have a good time.
Mm. I like the hair. You could potentially have a bit more chaos happening. Just like... I don't know why I'm stuck on the watercolor brush. But just like really having it stick out and having a lot of the silhouette come from the hair if the hair is your focus. Sorry, this is a really bad silhouette. But making if you want the hair to be like part of the main attention, and especially if you want to be using the hair to pull attention to the donkey ears, that's up to you. Or like even if you want the spread to be distributed between the tail and the ears, and just like thinking about focus there. You can also probably have more like free line art bits, just full of more like chaos, I guess. Also,
like everyone with my character is white/Asian, I really wanted a darker girl in it. Aren't they like adding a like dark-skinned character soon, or am I thinking of something else?
Honestly, I don't know much about Musume, but yeah, I feel like you could probably push the darker colors a lot more. Maybe it's just because I'm used to this being a fairly white skin tone. Yeah, you could probably deepen it quite a bit, and also look into like how it's done. So let me pull up one of my pieces. I like to do lots of variations on skin tone. I find it deeply, deeply fun, even if it's occasionally chaotic.
Also, Asa, if I may have your attention for a quick little bit.
Of course,
What is your opinion on this fucking creature as your icon?
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. It's perfect. Oh, it looks like that crying hamster meme a little bit, which is my favorite version of Lobster. He's always sobbing about something. Yeah, she's not dark enough.
Disproportionate feet is my favorite part about this.
Yes. I would say it depends on if
your mic is a little bit like staticky.
Yes, it's been a bit. It's been like that lately. I don't know what the problem is. It's probably something to do with all the times I've thrown it across the room.
Bad. It's just a like kind of noticeable is all.
Yeah, I do apologize for that. It just kind of randomly started doing that lately, and I'm like, good. I haven't been able to catch it while testing on my mic, but it's been happening while I'm in a live call on Discord. So I'm wondering if it's something there. But yeah, Ivy, it depends on what sort of ethnicity you're trying to capture. It doesn't need to be like a specific one, but if you look at the sort of range of characters I have, and then actually I might open the project file. Where is it? Oh, I'm stupid. Hold on. I need to go into my files. And we'll look at the characters who are specifically, like, white and or Asian. Where are they? Is that the right folder? It's not. That's why. My files are a mess. I do apologize. Drawing the Fun Gang, I think I called it. Yes, I did. Oh, I remember what I called my file. Drawing, like, deeper skin tones can be a bit of a pain in the ass if you don't have a lot of experience doing it. Where am I? My phone has frozen as well, so if you're saying stuff in chat and I'm not seeing it, yell at Lee. Yeah.
Yeah, you use me as a conduct.
Yep.
Hydration, by the way.
Yes.
I should get some more water soon. My cup is almost empty.
Yeah, I always start off my streams with 3 drinks. I have my room temperature water, an iced drink, and then a hot drink.
Oh, got the full set.
Yep. Okay, so if we look at the skin tones here, the part of this character, he's a little bloody. Okay. Get rid of that as well. I have lots of variation.
The static is getting a little worse.
I'm not touching it! What's wrong with it? I'm so sorry.
Oh my god. It's all good, it's just a worried is all.
I literally don't know what it is. Like, it really just started doing it completely randomly, and it's like... It's got noise suppression on it too. I think it's coming internally from the mic. So it's like...
Yeah, it is internal.
Yeah. Which means there's fuck all I can do about it, unfortunately. And I do mean that, unfortunately. I think I might be getting a new mic from my dad. And then also Lobster has volunteered his old interface. So, we'll see. Eventually, I'll probably have a new one by the end of the year. Alright, Ivy. This is just like your earlier streams? For real. I have lots of variation in my white/Asian characters, and I'm doing white/Asian because these are just my light-skinned characters. And because I had a bit more variation there, when I see this I'm like, yeah, that passes for white, rather than me thinking that's a character of, like, colours. God, I'm really playing a game with my terminology.
I've forgotten to subscribe to the YouTube channel, so I will do that right now.
I've got 2 YouTube channels.
Done.
Yes. Everyone subscribe. It's free on YouTube.
The static is getting really bad.
I'm not doing anything to it. Why is it behaving like this? Yeah, I genuinely, there's nothing I can do, Lee. I am so sorry that you have to hear it.
I mean, I'm okay, just, damn.
Yeah, I literally don't know what's wrong with it. I haven't caught it yet on my end. I'll probably watch this VOD over and see if there's something. I wish I was recording my OBS as well.
Have all privileges.
Well, sorry.
I don't got any like that. It's all good.
Yeah. When it comes to approaching skin colors that are darker, you're playing a lot with saturation and undertones. So this skin color here isn't inherently unnatural, but with your sort of more like saturated thing, you're going to be darkening it quite a bit. And that's not just increasing saturation, but also a bit of darkness to make it pop. And that will allow the other colors to be sharper against it. The other thing is making it more red-toned or making it more cool-toned. A lot of people just lower the saturation to make it cool-toned. That can sometimes go in a worse direction. But also, like, going more yellow tends to pull out the liver failure pretty quickly. So you also have to be careful going in that direction for cooling down skin tones. But it is something you can do.
Minion.
Yeah. But yeah. Like, especially when you're doing like a olive skin tone, that's when you definitely pull it closer towards yellow. Not quite as close as I've got it. But yeah. Definitely mess around a bit more with skin color until you find the shade that you're looking for. And then when you're going into shading, thinking about which colors are complementing it and which colors are there to sort of like increase dimension. But yeah. That's my little spiel on color. And then I also like to
Just
texture
noticed
my skin.
Lopter and Leo is having their cam on
Yeah.
Discord.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
I have no idea what they're doing. I think
Also,
their headphones.
one question.
Yes.
The book recommendation redeem is you recommending it to the viewer that redeemed it, right?
Yes. The 100k redeem is you can recommend absolutely anything to me, as long as I can afford it, and I will engage with that media and then write a review of it. Because I don't just listen to the recommendation, I follow through. That is the Arthurial guarantee.
I actually don't really have a lot of book recommendations. There is not a lot of books I've read, is all.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be a book recommendation.
Yeah, not a very big reader.
It can also be...
There are like books that I have had a lot of fun reading, which I can talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry if I'm like interrupting.
No, you're all good. I've just started drawing a figure on the stage I've been drawing for the past 2 hours. The sound reminds me a bit of that sound old PC speakers. How bad is my mic at the moment? What's it even doing? Mike? Mike, what's wrong with you?
Like a little bit of static, like the connection is a little wrong or something. Your voice comes through fine, it's just like the noise in the background.
It's possible that it's a thing with the audio cable, because I use a virtual cable to make sure that the OBS like goes through to Discord. It's possible that that's what it is. I might have to play with that later because I don't like
it. Does sound like the cable disconnecting sound. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. I'll look into it later.
So I cannot be sure.
Sorry guys, this is the stream is going to have really shit
It's
audio. Yeah. Hopefully I'll have it fixed by Friday.
It's extra rage bait factor for Friday.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see if we can get some audio files in. And see how much we can piss them off. Yippee! It's just a throwback for real. Yeah, for a long time I was using a really scuffed audio setup. Like, very intentionally too. It was very fun.
Oh, by the way, I will be receiving recommendations on the other icons for the redeems, because right now I am kind of stumped.
Ah, okay. Let me see.
Now, the remaining redeems that I have to draw is a book recommendation, no cursing, and oh, but you must. I do have a little idea of a oh, but you must, where I just do a really evil-looking face and uncanny amount of detail, but also still quite shitty.
I think for the oh, but you must, I feel like there should be an element of fear on my end, because I don't know what will be recommended to me. It's to the point where if someone said, watch this porn video, I would do it anyway. The only rule is that I have to be able to afford it. I fear nothing. I have to be able to afford it, and then if it requires supporting someone who's like a horrible, horrible person, I won't do it, obviously. But yeah, I'm not afraid of it.
Listen, are you aware of the media that has something to do with a cup and...
Yes, I am aware of 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Female... Yes. Are you still sure?
Yeah.
Wow, that's dedication. Okay, I respect that.
Like I said, I don't care. I fear nothing. the idea of like making there like a huge taboo on sex and not discussing it, I don't like. If it's something like really disturbing, there's still a conversation to be had. I'm very anti-censorship.
I do know of a really weird like movie I can make you watch.
Sick. Does the Redeem have any type of limited
Hello
time
again,
investment
Zenty.
length? I would say I'd like to enjoy it within less than a week. If you recommend a whole game that I can afford, yeah, I'd like to be able to finish it within 1 week.
Here again, Ricarlee, how are things going? Hello, Zenty. Right now, I'm having a little collab stream with the friend.
Yes.
So
Hello.
it's Arthur.
Yes.
They right.
Yes.
You should go say hi.
Very nice to meet you, Zenty. Like a 60-hour movie or something? Yeah, 60-hour movie is fine. I feel like I might regret this. Thank you for following, Zenty. Sorry, sometimes the letter Z. My lisp doesn't always.
Zenty Keto. Yeah, like me, Arthur also have a lisp.
Yeah.
Both sounds are cursed being.
They are.
I hate the S.
Hello. I believe I'm beginning to draw something that is bordering on cursed, but not quite cursed.
Whoops. I see the shape, but I have no idea what you're trying to like go for. It's just like a creature drawing?
Yeah, it's just a creature.
Just a not so little guy, huh?
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, I'm just kind of basing it off it having legs. So.
Longest, most meaningless movie in the world sounds fun to watch, TVH.
And I'll watch
an
the
actual
whole thing. Like if you're going,
that's an actual thing.
Yeah, because like if you're going to save up 100 channel points, of course I'm going to watch the whole thing. I don't care what it is, unless I can't afford it.
Oh my god, the longest, most meaningless movie in the world is an experimental movie from 1968 that is 48 hours long.
Damn.
No actual footage was shot for the project, which instead consists entirely of outtakes, commercials, strips of undeveloped film, Academy leader discarded reels recovered from dustbins. Oh my god.
Oh god. I know what I'm going to have my first. Oh yeah. I think I'll also probably have a thing on like, I don't want to watch the same recommendation too many times. So if it's already been done, I also won't do it. Those will be my vetoes. And whenever someone redeems it, I'll go through a list, which I'm sure I will remember, and it will be very consistent. Doesn't it sound fun to watch though? Yeah, especially like hearing that there's lots of like advertisements in it. I unironically really enjoy watching like advertisement video like stuff, video reels of various advertisements.
Some old advertisement stuff are pretty interesting to watch, legit.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna get rid of the tail. Got some bum chinks there.
Right now, I'm just doing my one-bit art style while I'm brainstorming the ideas for the redeem
Real.
icons. For me, ideas are hard to come by when I'm like stressed.
My advice is stress less. No. For me, when it comes to drawing, it's either like it comes very intuitively, or I just stare at my screen for a really long time, being stressed out. But I don't.
Yeah.
I do lots of doodling, but I don't do much like mindless sketching. So it's very often that I'll run into a situation where I'm like in the mood to draw, and I'll have a concept, but I don't have the actual like practice or skill in like going through with it. Which is why Lobster keeps telling everyone to practice. I hate that guy. Gardening time, unfortunately. No, Audrey, gardening is fun. Embrace your greens. And pinks and yellows and all the colours you see in the garden.
It's been forever since I've been able to like do any kind of gardening.
Honestly,
Korea is very, very city heavy.
I
At least
don't.
around where I live.
Yeah, I don't get super into gardening either. A lot
It's
of people
very
in my family
centralized
do.
around Seoul. This place does not have any gardens. Except for the man-made parks and stuff. But if you go far away from Seoul, it just suddenly just nothing but
Yeah.
stuff like that.
You like eating the stuff you grow, but working out in the field is more annoying. Yeah, you're not really built for physical work. Not yet. You gotta get your gains in. Eat more of the vegetables.
I'm also not built for physical work, but every once in a while it's good to just do some mindless work for me. Just think of any like a typical twink build, and that would probably be just me.
I would say I'd be decent at hard labor in terms of like physical requirement technically. I'm not like the most fit or anything, but I have a pretty high tolerance for like dealing with a request that's outside of something I can carry. Like I have muscle. I don't have great stamina. I'd put it that way. You like eating the stuff? I've already read that message.
Yeah, I mean that's probably the only thing I can like do. Because all the like tasks I do when like doing chores and stuff is kind of like based on momentum.
Yeah.
I just do thing A, thing B, thing C. I just move on from this to this to this, and if I stop, I get exhausted and I can't start another thing. So I just get everything done and then collapse. That's my strategy.
Been doing hard labor since you were 10, been a long ass time. Damn. not new to this. It's been a solid part of your life that you deemed not to be your thing. Yeah, that's fair. Instead, you've chosen the torment of writing.
Everything is painful until you start to learn to enjoy pain.
Yeah, everyone should embrace masochism.
That's why you should come and watch Arthur's Friday stream too.
Yeah.
It would be a great way to teach you to love pain.
I think Audrey was one of the people who actively was filled with rage watching me.
Great, you're learning.
You're a sadomasochist? Oh. You can sit in another voice call with Lobda and cry. That wasn't rage. You've put a full stop there.
There wasn't rage, period.
It wasn't rage. It was Spartan rage at that point. Damn.
My man went full on Kratos.
You were so ready to execute me
Just
like
so ready
a
to execute
God
it
of
like
War
a
3
God of
boss.
War 3 boss.
Hydrate? Okay. Hey, my microphone needs to hydrate. I can pour some water
Well,
on
that being said, I am going to get some water.
it.
Be right back.
Bye-bye. How we going, chat? Did you join the call when you're done gardening or nah? Also, what you're drawing this time? I don't know what I'm drawing. As for joining the call, maybe. I'm probably not going to do a super long stream today. I'll probably just try and get through this creature. So I don't want to be too distracted talking. So if you are in the call, it'll be very low engagement. Suffering. For real, for real. So for real, knock the whole house down. Guess who accidentally closed their phone? Was it you? Actually, today I'll probably go just until my phone runs out of willingness to be helpful. Because once it fully runs out of charge, I can't read chat. Can't read chat.
I have acquired hydration.
Very nice. I was just talking to Jet about how long I intend on streaming for, and it's going to be until my battery runs out on my phone. Because I can't be bothered to plug it in and charge it. That takes effort.
Yeah, probably go as long as you go then. Because I already filled my usual time of streaming, which is 3 hours or so.
Yeah. My phone's at 35%. It'll probably...
Streaming is easier to deal with when I have someone to distract me.
Yeah. Plug your phone in, Lamau? No. Did you hear the part where I said lazy? My charger is not even a meter away from me. That's too much effort. And you got to bear in mind that this is the end of the day for me, and also for Lee, I'm pretty sure. Sort of towards the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm only an hour behind you, I believe.
That makes sense. I'm so used to people, like anyone I interact with online, being awake at completely different times. So, like, the other day when you DM'd me, I was like out at lunch with a friend, and I was like, what? I was like legitimately like, huh? And then I was like, yeah, I was still like fully eligible, so and I was like, wait, what? Lee's awake? Lee's someone I know from online. Online people aren't awake unless it's nighttime for me.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends from like across the country, across the ocean too. So
Yeah.
this is actually around the time where my British friends wake up.
Yeah. I have times where I like finish streaming and then the main streamer who I watch, who is not lobbed by the way, uh, like goes live and I'm like, oh, but I want to go to bed. Oh, but stream.
I have had a similar occasion where nowadays I don't watch a lot of Twitch streamers, but there was just a streamer couple. Like there's a guy who streams, there's a girl who streams, and they both were like VTubers and stuff. And one of them was known to do very high energy, like morning streams, and the other did nighttime streams.
Oh.
It was like like a dual streamer, one in the morning, one in the night thing. But they lived in the western part of the world, so for me it was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning, the nighttime streamer is up. When I'm
It's a chill
going to
way to
bed,
wake up.
the daytime streamer is
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, the streamer I watch is Tubbo, and all of his streams are sort of whack. He's my streamer inspiration, one might say.
Like a one English liker? Actually, no, but he fits the criteria too, I suppose.
I should watch more streamers.
About the friend that wakes up around this time, yes. About the streamer that I used to really watch, nah.
Stretch. Stretch.
Hey, gotta crack my back.
I'm actually quite glad that I don't draw with like a tablet, because I feel like people who draw with a tablet tend to lean over their desk more. Whereas for me, I sort of sit at a weird diagonal angle,
Yep.
which is why I need to stretch. Like my
I used
exact.
to watch this one like a streamer who like he drew stuff as well. Not a streamer, but a YouTuber mostly. And they had a webcam. They were a webcam streamer. A webcam YouTuber, sorry. Then one day they noticed a problem where they were drawing most of the time because it's their main content, but they draw on a tablet, so they're just looking down, and the webcam just shows the top of their head, not their face. Amazing view.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm just trying to illustrate real quickly on my screen how I'm sitting. Shoulder, shoulder. The reason why I need to stretch, truly working at the. I'm like tilting my head as I work. Truly a magical position. Because, like, first of all, my legs are crossed. And then I've got one arm just resting a drink bottle on my knee. It's great. You like leaning back, to be honest? Yeah. It's always nice to lean back and work, but it doesn't always work. I don't think the blood flow quite corrects.
I do like to lean back too, but I have pretty bad eyesight, and if I lean back, my screen is further away from me, and I cannot see.
Yeah. You hate not. Why can't you cross your legs? What are you doing that you can't cross your legs? Desk size? I still don't. I'm not following. I can cross my legs at any desk.
Desk size? Are you sure it's the size of the desk and not, I don't know, wide hips?
Damn.
Because my size, I was right. I was right.
No, I say this is someone who with quite thick size. It doesn't matter how small that desk is.
My size are massive too.
Yeah.
But my desk is really big, so I am able to cross my legs.
I cross my legs
But
in the
I
car.
have a something smaller, like a desk before, and I get it.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from. In smaller desks, you can't cross your legs. You have to like squeeze into them.
Oh, you mean with your legs under the desk, right? You care about that. Cool. Yeah. For me, the priority is being able to do it, and I do not care necessarily if my legs are under the desk. Me at public restaurants, nightmare. They hate to see me coming. Oh no, that's not a rendered face, but it's a more complete looking face. And now I have to do that for the rest of the body, and I'm not liking the idea of that. You kind of hate it because the desk is arm length on all sides.
That is quite small. Yeah. If that was the case, hold on. Yeah, there's no chance for me to cross my legs if my desk is that size. Square shaped. It's like not a rectangle. It's just a square. It's kind of crazy. Good.
I really hope this creature doesn't appear in my dreams tonight. I'm not usually one to be haunted by things I draw, but this one's beginning to get there. As far as things go for things that could haunt me.
Let me see. Yeah, this thing is pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the lifeless stare. I can't get what that expression is supposed to insinuate.
Oh, I'll
It's
get a
creepy
little
factor.
shine in there. Wow, okay. It helps that there are no eyebrows to really dictate exactly what could be happening.
That may have added a lot to the Uncanny Valley vibe.
Yeah.
Intentional or not, that's brilliant.
It was intentional. As I was drawing it, I was like, you know what?
When it comes to like facial expressions in like horror, like when they say creepy smile, it's not like, just a generic smile on a character. Like a lot of mascot horror things do that actually. It's like wide smile on the character, ooh, creepy. No, it's like
Yeah.
this kind of smile where is it out of like glee? Is it just shaped like that? Is it like trying to kill me? Like
Okay.
I don't understand what this smile means kind of smile. It is
Yeah.
creepy. That is good. That's good.
I speak of changing death, then I immediately get reminded of the bigger death that had a shitty square hole for your legs. But you have a gamer chair that's wider than the hole, so none of those deaths are okay for you. Yeah. Alright, how about this? I watched the Friday stream, but Arthur gives me a bit of help with writing tips and such. I can give you writing tips anytime. But yes, go, please, come to the Friday stream. Another thing is, I do more writing focused content on Mondays. I don't do it at a time that is particularly safe for like the Northern Hemisphere, but whatever. Lekavik. Hello.
Golly, hello, Kane. I was kind of talking about you.
Damn.
Welcome in, and thank you for coming by. Today I'm joined by a little friend here.
Yes.
Also, that I'm like,
So normal.
join the chat with.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm sorry to expose you to a new person suddenly. Yeah.
Hello, Lekavik. You kind of like being judged creatively because it makes you understand what you might be doing wrong? Exactly!
We were like discussing time zones, and I mentioned, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the British friend that I was talking about.
Damn, just woke up. Yeah, I was doing a bit of work with a British-based writing group for a little bit, doing like editing submissions for horror.
The lawyers, I am unfortunately British. That is true.
Yeah, British. There are worse places to be from.
Am I allowed to say Australia here?
Yeah. Australia's weird though. I won't get too into the politics today because we're in a shared chat. But yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Arthuriel, and I can't keep politics out of my mouth for more than 5 seconds. I mean, British politics is...
British politics is
correct, but the thing is,
yeah.
your British politics and my Australian politics kind of have the same issues, because your politics are our politics. Mi casa, su casa. The Commonwealth. That's no more political, no more political. Arthurial, no. Reason why you like someone's better experience of watching and giving their inputs is not bad, because it's another point of view that you might not have considered or overlooked by accident. Yeah. Want to swap? Absolutely not. I don't want to render this anymore. It's too hard. I don't know what this is. And I particularly don't want to deal with the hands. Or the feet.
drawing hands and feet is pretty hard.
Yeah. Why did I do that to myself? Completely optional, by the way. No one forced me to do it.
Yeah, voluntary pain.
Hollow Knight. The two things have become inseparable in my mind.
Submit yourself to the masochism.
I already have. I do it on Fridays. Might save up for that 100 key thing.
Right, if you all want, you guys should follow Kane too. The Kazik here also streams.
Oh yes. Let me investigate. Follow.
They are also an artist.
Ooh. Feel free to share.
I have commissioned him before.
Very nice.
I don't think I actually remember to post my commissioned art from him in the office, but I will be doing that right now.
Ooh. Yes, Audrey? What do you say?
I will mention they are primarily a furry artist.
Ah, yeah. That's fine.
And I forced him to be human. Yeah.
Damn.
Because I'm evil like that.
It was bright and sunny a couple minutes ago. What, did someone, like, shit on your window and now you can't see outside of it? What's that supposed to mean?
I have put it in the channel.
Yippee! Oh, very nice. I think I've seen that before on Lobtits before. That's right. I look at all the art. Yeah.
Forgot to post it here, though.
Post everything. I turn around and now it's...
They're called mysterious and... Oh, they are.
I turn around and now it's windy and dark purple cloud. Oh, damn. Sudden stormy weather.
You know what? Yeah, what inspired your channel point name?
My what?
Channel points.
What about them?
What inspired you making them like mysterious keys?
What do you mean?
I see how it is.
What do you mean? What are you guys talking about?
Nothing. I'm just jealous that you get channel points at all. I don't have that privilege.
Now you can take some of mine if you want. There's nothing strange about them.
Real quick, could you do me a favor and use the command !yay? I would like to see something. Seems like the command is a little broken. That can't be right.
Unless maybe it like went so far into the like positive numbers it became negative and then back to positive again. It went in a circle.
It makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
It went down.
If you get off early on Friday, you're basically going to be suffering early because of the stream. No. My stream is enjoyable and fun. And you love it there, right? You love it. You like my streams on Fridays, don't you?
For context, too, anyone doesn't know, Arthur here is playing Hollow Knight every Friday, and it is painful.
No, it's not painful. It's not painful. You guys are overreacting.
Come watch.
You guys are overreacting. Guys. It's not painful. It's fun. Twitch actually gave you a warning for possibly offensive language.
Twitch actually gave me a warning for sending possibly offensive language. Yeah. Twitch doesn't like the gay language, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does that.
I go into political stuff pretty frequently.
Lesbian also gets like flagged.
Yeah.
Which I hate.
I put the tag on myself though. It's not like auto restricted. I did that. just in case. I want it to be very clearly that my streams are not family friendly per se.
I did that too.
Yeah. You will bite my foot off if I keep rage baiting. Now, realistically, I don't think you're going to find your way over to me in person to do that. So that threat means bumfuck all. Now, even though the light is behind this character, I seem to be doing it backwards. Actually, no, you're stealing my foot. Good luck.
You probably have to fight a lobster over it.
Lobster would be much more successful at doing it. Because Lobster lives nearby. But then again...
Yes.
I'm not even kidding. Lee, I don't think we've particularly gone through this. This is something that's, like, relatively known to stream. But, like, Lobster is, like, not even 20 minutes away from my house. At any time.
Oh, damn, really?
Yeah. We live really nearby each other. To the point where he, like, helped me move house and stuff.
So you could realistically
break into his house and steal all his shit.
Just go over there too, just say randomly smack lobster and come back home.
Yeah. The thing is, I've never actually been to his house before. He's been to my house. I've not been to his. And I have a weird thing about going to people's houses in that I refuse to do it. It's scary. Like a vampire, but...
visit his Gooner cave, though.
No, I don't think he has one of those at this house. He might have one somewhere else. I think he shares his Gooner cave with someone.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. He's a very lonely creature, so I think when it comes to gooning, he needs a bit of company. He can't get it up on his own. Is that language warning beginning to make sense?
I mean, you would know better than anyone. You live nearby, you're our friends, you know.
Yeah, I've known him for 5 years.
I trust you.
I know what he's doing. Next stream, you should, like, ask him about him. I'm sure he'll confirm all of these details. He won't even deny it because he follows along with the bit so easily.
The creature you're drawing is going like it's looking amazing, by the way.
Thank you. I don't know what I'm doing, and I really don't want to deal with the hands. You're putting a Hollow Knight till winter break? That's probably smart. Imagine getting attacked by a grey lobster with that face. Real. Don't worry, I have guards posted around my house and also security cameras. Believe me, I do not live near that creature without having, like, security measures.
Did you install any flamethrower drones?
No, they're a little too expensive, and I think they actually might be banned, and that's why they're expensive.
True.
Like, I was looking at all these dodgy sites, and it was like, yeah, if you want that, I mean, go for it, but get it through the right channels.
That's true.
God, I wish weapons were easier to access so I could be more like the Americans. Could really live up to my heritage of being like 1/4 American in some way, but also not in contact with any of the American family. That was never explained to me.
Oh, did
Why?
you know one small backstory about me? I was actually born in the U.S.
Yeah, I didn't know that specifically because we hadn't like talked about it or anything, but I remember Lobster mentioned it at some point, and I was meaning to like ask
Oh,
about
did
it.
he?
Yeah, he mentioned it in passing, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, my parents just happened to be living in America due to my father's like work stuff or study stuff. I don't remember exactly, but they were in America after getting married, and I was just born and raised there for 3 years.
Damn.
And that's about the extent of the story goes.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything from it because I was too little of a baby.
Do you ever visit America or anything
But
like that?
apparently I went to Disneyland.
Hmm. Real talk, if you ever get your own place, you're getting security cameras because you really dislike your family. Disney? Hello, hash, 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 hash.
Yes, Peter. Disney well. This is hash, 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 hash.
Yes.
They're my friend. Also from Aussie.
Oh, nice to meet you. I am also Australian. And I do everything in the normal Australian way. Lee, on a scale of 1 to 10...
I'm doing the little collab stream.
Yes.
Yes?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how normal do you think you are?
Good question. I will say I have gotten good at pretending to be normal. But that doesn't count, does it?
No.
Masking is a skill I kind of had to learn. What's 1 and what's 10?
10 is
dealing
absolutely
with here?
no one can relate to you, and when you talk, they give you a funny look. 1 is you blend into a crowd so easily, and just any conversation, it's just like, yeah, that checks out as a response. No questions asked. Oh, Audrey,
I would
that's
say I'm like
interesting.
a 4. I'm pretty generic. But if you dig a little deeper, there's some like weird aspects to me.
Yeah. Like the only family...
Masking is an unfortunate skill. I'm very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, Audrey, I understand that. Must make being in the same streaming space, like watching the same people, a little bit awkward. But I guess because, like, there's more, like, school times, I think.
Normalcy isn't really a thing in my mind. It's really hard to define what normalcy actually is anymore. I absolutely agree.
Yeah, that's why I kind of put it on a scale of
being normal
do
is
people
a myth.
question you or not. Because that's the only, like, real way I, like, decipher between it. Because, like, if you're weird, people will question things you say because, they weren't expecting it. It just breaches what is expected of a normal human
and because
conversation.
people questioned me and I was uncomfortable about it, I learned to mask myself.
Yeah. I've always been someone who didn't mind being asked questions, especially uncomfortable ones.
I'm a little higher, huh?
Yeah. Not a bad thing, though. Reaper comes later than I do, so you're happy now? Yippee! What if you question me in a comfortable manner? Well, how do you create that situation? No, it's not that, like, an uncomfortable question, the quote uncomfortable question, is, like, specifically what I look for. It's just that, like, I don't find many questions uncomfortable, full stop. I just know that other people find them uncomfortable. You haven't gotten that far yet? Just testing the hypothetical, I see. You try to be yourself in most cases, but the social, society.
Which kind of makes it hard sometimes, yeah. Especially in a group that I do not just fit in. I had the biggest experience recently. Kane, I have told you about this, where I went into
Thank
the
you for following.
community because I wanted to see if the one guy was tolerable or not, let's say. And when I, went around, the vibe was just so off. I had to very heavily mask myself to, not be questioned. Yeah. And it was not a fun time.
Yeah.
I actually won't go into too much detail. Thinking about it, maybe, yeah, that's not a good idea. Don't want to ruin the vibe.
You can ruin the vibe whenever you want. It's your stream too.
It's your stream too. Right back at you.
We'll just go back and we'll go in turns. Who can ruin stream the fastest? Let's go. What the fuck am I doing? What is happening? No, that's for off stream, for real.
Kind of got gaslight into a stress period where I felt like I was holding my family apart until my mom shook me and I realized I don't have to care for people who don't really reciprocate my affection. I have a friend who I want to tell that to so bad.
Oh. Eventually the time will come where you are able to say
It's worse because it's not even my brain that's the issue. It's my friend's brain who refused to change.
Oh no.
I hate that for him.
Yeah.
He's suffering and he just won't accept,
It's really tough to be in that situation where you're able to recognize it and the other person isn't. And it's so hard to break through it. Because especially when you care about the person a whole lot and you're just watching them get hurt. Yeah.
Anyways, let's change the topic to something more positive. Also, do you know a lot about Pokemon?
I don't know a lot about Pokemon, but it's something I sort of want to get back into. Because I used to do a bit of battles with the physical cards when I was about 10. And that was quite fun.
I see.
But I never got into the actual digital games.
I have been recently getting into Pokemon a bit more with my Nintendo DS. I've been playing some stuff on there again.
Yeah.
And right now my dilemma is I caught an Eevee. Which evolution do I choose?
Hold on. I think it probably will depend on what your goals are with the Eevee.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to compose it for a really strong team, or if there's just one that you really like. Positive drugs. Yeah, nice.
Right now I'm just mostly doing it for a Pokemon I like. I like Eevee, so
you could just keep Eevee as Eevee. That's what I used to do when I was thinking
that's true.
Yeah. No pressure.
That's very true.
Yeah. You think the group that you've surrounded yourself in is overall very solid? You can read it if you want.
Overall very solid in being able to be myself, but there are definitely situations in particular with particular people that often makes it very hard to be fully open and honest with everything in the way in which I try to be as a person. But the good parts, the good people are great. Yeah.
You think you you can also just not evolve them real. Your evolution, it will decide what type of gay you are. Also true. You're doing surprisingly better now. You finally accepted your thoughts as trans.
I was thinking Jolteon because I didn't have a electric type Pokemon in my team yet. What kind of gay does that make me? Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just going to shoot out a DM real quick. But yeah. I don't want to get a new device to play Pokemon. That's another one of my things. So I'm has to be something I can already access.
Yeah.
And it's not like I have nothing Nintendo.
The DS is actually
yeah.
one of my first ever gaming devices I ever had, so I just had it for years and years, so, Just had it lying around, decided to use it, is my case.
Yeah.
Is Lobster still awake? I'm doubtful.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
it's
think he's in
past
the
the time
cult anymore.
he would probably have gone to bed.
Mm. Yeah. Lobster doesn't stay up for as late as people think, or when he's probably entered his doom scrolling hour.
Yeah. Just because he quote unquote went to bed does not necessarily mean
Yeah.
he's sleeping. Like me. I have insomnia.
Yeah. I don't have insomnia. This one time I sort of fucked up my ability to sleep very well. And I just don't characterize it as insomnia because I feel like I can get control over it pretty quickly. It's purely a choice thing where I'm like, yeah, you know what, I don't feel like it. And I just happen to make that choice very frequently. I don't like sleep. Sleep
You were
is
supposed
scary.
to be asleep an hour and a half ago. Of course. Go to bed.
No.
Go to bed, Peter.
Hash. You're meant to be here. All right. Concept. Ameno.
Oh, right. Actually, hold on. I have one immaturely bought something on the store that I forgot to put in the fridge.
There. You should also go to sleep a bit now. No, okay, stay. We won't be live for that much longer. My phone is barely holding on.
Yeah. Okay. Have done with your garden right now. I'll be honest, I am kind of getting like a art burnout. It's like a mini art burnout where I kind of losing focus on the thing I'm doing.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get this to a presentable stage for when I inevitably go into raid. Probably gear, if gear is still live. Let me check.
Actually, yeah, do I have anybody that I can like raid?
I don't think gear is live anymore. Ram is still live.
Yeah, I don't really have anyone. I have one person who does like pixel art that I raided into that one time, but never really interacted with.
Damn.
Yeah, so probably not.
There's this concept I've come across a few times through my studies.
I've come a few times. At this time, you go ahead.
Okay. There's this concept I've come across a few times through my studies called revenge bedtime procrastination, where you intentionally stay awake long past a desired sleep time in order to gain extra personal time, knowing that that it will negatively affect them in doing so.
I do that so hard.
Yes, that is very specifically what I'm doing.
So much, man.
That is very like a well put, articulated exactly what I do. Damn.
Also, I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Don't call me out like that. Yeah, you've just called everyone out. Hash, 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 hash.
Bathroom's occupied. God damn it.
Oh no.
Did I mention when my brother uses the bathroom, for some reason, the default time that he uses is 20 minutes, and he always uses it for 20 minutes or more. I
That's
don't know
so
why he doesn't.
specific. Hey, you're a social worker. You don't call me out. You get me to call myself out. There. What's your ideal type of weather to pull out, like, the song that just fits the vibe of the world around you? Ideal type of weather to pull out the song? Wait, what do you mean by that? Do you mean, like, do I use a specific type of music to, like, set up a vibe in my writing for, like, the weather? Like ambience? Or have I misread?
Yeah, I don't quite know what you mean by that.
It's very possible that it's a late night brain. Just like
It's
outside
like
weather.
outside weather.
Storms.
I do like have my favorite like type of weather.
There are like two favorite periods
Fucking hell.
of weather that I have. One is actually right now. It's like there's this saying about Melbourne that probably isn't just a saying, because it's rooted in First Nations, like law. I think that's LAW, not LOR, but it's complicated and I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Where we have not 4 seasons, but I think around 6. And I believe we're in one of the like Western seasons, I guess, where you've got these beautiful wattle flowers that are in bloom. And they are just so bright, and you walk down the street and they're just everywhere. And like all the like flowers are beginning to appear. But it's still quite wet and it's not really hot yet. And that's sort of like towards the end of the year. And then more towards the beginning of the year, we have a sort of. Actually, I'm not sure when it is. I keep forgetting if it's at the beginning of the year or if it's the next follow up to where we are now. But between winter and autumn and spring, and maybe it's spring and summer. Anyway, we have this like really potent storm season. I love storm. And then music, it just depends on the day. Sometimes I like Hosier, sometimes I like this band called Art vs. Science. Big fan of Art vs. Science. Oh, hash, 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 hash. You're in Tasmania. Yeah. Yeah. Tasmania is cool. I like Tasmania. What I would give to just walk on a foggy day with headphones in? Fair. Because I don't know if you have the same thing, Lee, but I like the rain. I like the rain a lot. But I don't like my headphones or any of my technology getting wet. It makes me really paranoid. So if it's like rainy, I'm just like, I'm stuck somewhere between a big smile and then just glaring at the sky, just like, why? Why have you done this? But yeah, definitely the song really depends. Because it's not like when you pick a song, it won't change the weather, but the weather might change what you want to listen to. Wordle has reset. Everyone, Wordle has reset. Hold on.
Okay. Oh, fucking hell. I'm back.
Yippee! Sorry, the
I've managed
Wordle
to use
has
the
reset.
bathroom. Oh, that's a relief.
Delicious.
Okay, what did I miss?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
The way
Yes.
I like listening to My Way when it's raining outside. I really love My Way. Hell yeah. The weather is miserable and wet here in the funny little Tasmania, so I often vibe out with some Tranquility Base era Arctic bug monkeys. Tranquility Base era Arctic monkeys, what is that? I'm a winter baby, so the cold and wet is my vibe, but actually being in it is a different story. That's true. Power walk for half an hour in heavy rain the other day. Headphones got me through it. British. I could let me keep my headphones safe from the rain. Missed also talking about the mysterious and evil keys. Damn.
The what?
Yeah. The what?
I was playing Wordle.
Oh. I kind of stopped playing Wordle after a while. I kind of got tired of it, honestly.
No, I figured out like the best starter words.
Actually, sure, I'll play Wordle.
Yes, yes, yes. Do it on Lobster server so I can stare at your attempts and laugh. In the bull pit. I like playing Wordle because it makes me feel better than everyone else. Like that one thing where I'm just like, not undefeated, but pretty darn close. Never tried Wordle? I recommend it if you're like someone who enjoys just doing something real quickly. I mean, the past couple of days I've stayed up late playing Wordle. Like, I go to unlimited Wordle and I just stay there until I've done 10. So I have been getting practice.
I think Wordle is one of my least favorite New York Times games. The Connections guy. Connections?
Dang.
What that?
Connections, it like puts up a whole bunch of words and you have to guess what the groups are. Like, there'll be like 16 maybe, and then 4 categories, and you have to take 4 words from the 16 and be like, yes, that's a thematic group. Try spangrams. Look, this sounds like it's getting in the territory of hard. I don't like doing hard things. Spangrams. Is that the same as strands? Find hidden words and uncover the day's theme, or is it something else? I'm going to forget that I'm streaming and I'm going to get very into this, I think. Oh, interesting. Yeah, strands. You remembered it wrong? This is the type of situation where it's not strictly like a word search.
Okay, that wasn't great, but I got it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you didn't get it in 3 attempts like I did. Well, basically I got it in 2
I'm
attempts.
pathetic, I know.
Yeah. I just have really good starter words, which I'm not sharing with anyone because then people end up doing better than me.
Is it penis?
Nope. Yeah.
Oh.
I think I'm probably going to end stream now.
Then you're doing it wrong.
Damn. But yeah. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm quite tired too. I will end stream along with you probably.
Thank you for following #####. Why do they keep saying
You have
Subgoal?
to say that entire name every time, okay?
Yes, I will say hash 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 every time. It's part of the contractual obligation that they made me sign. You remember doing
Yes.
that, right?
Yep. Smile.
That happened. Smile. You used to turn on the school projector and do it in the main hall? Damn. Yes. I want to sleep.
My favorite thing is getting streamers to say my name. Hell yeah.
Yes, I enjoy saying your
I
name.
know what
Hash
to
hash
actually
hash
call
hash
you,
hash.
but I'm not going to share with it also.
Yeah, you did say it earlier, and then I just forgot because I was like, it's more fun to say hash 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 hash. I might have done too many hashes there. It's possible. You're being petty. Real. Alright, I'll do it.
Still not gay enough.
You're not gay enough. You did not pass. You're not allowed to stay on stream. No. Joking.
No.
Watch me get 1% gay. 87. Real.
You're more gay than me.
Hash 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 hash. You're 181% gay. Damn. Here, you've lost. You've
That's
dropped
the
in
lowest
percentage.
percent I've ever seen.
It seems you've suddenly become homophobic lately.
What happened to my gay? Sorry, I ate it.
It was like consumed and then redistributed across the community.
The cane ate it. Because I think you ate your gay. You
Clearly.
took away all the gay.
Yeah. So do I want to raid or do I want to just go to bed? Maybe I'll raid into you, Lee.
Good question. No, I was going to raid out to whoever you're raiding out.
Okay.
I'm ending too, you know.
Yeah. What if we raided someone way bigger than us?
It's all Starve Alive right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing like a.
Jesus Christ, Audrey. That's almost a max.
Damn, what is the max? Or do we have to keep doing it until it's reached?
Max is 200.
Okay. We could raid the ramen bucket.
That's true.
They have a really cool raid video.
It's getting lower. Oh no.
No. Let me do it again.
Oh, I'm higher. I think I accidentally canceled out your exclamation mark.
Yeah,
you can try it again.
No, then it was cancelled. Please, I need to know.
There is like a small cooldown.
No.
Stolen.
No. It's never happened.
What is your timing, guys? Damn. You're cucking Garth right now.
It's fine. I already know how gay I am. 69.
Yeah, it's like 200.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, wait. Ramen Bucket just went offline. Oh, no.
Oh. I could rate deer, but I don't really feel like doing art tax. I'm a little ashamed of what I created because I technically really like the stage, but I'm not a fan of the monster. So I could just present the stage. Wait, I know what I can do. I can see if I can get anyone who understands the reference. Lee, are you familiar with the phrase, I lost the game?
You made me lose the game. What have you done?
Yes. That is my favorite thing to do, people. It's so fun. Okay.
I can't believe you've done this.
It's really funny when people don't know about it. And they have to explain it and then they get really upset. Yeah. And then they try to do it back and then you do it so much harder. I haven't made anyone lose the game in ages. It feels good. Meanwhile, chat is just getting their gay ratios, not gay ratios,
Gay.
percentages, words. I'm good at those.
I'm also good at word.
Yes, word good, great, yes.
Me too, English good, yes.
Perfect, 100%. If you always act like you don't know what the game is every time it's mentioned, you always win. Yeah, but that's not as fun as making other people lose. You're forgetting the type of person that I am.
That's not how you play the game.
Yeah. My goal is to make everyone lose. Not to win. Winning is for people who are competitive, and I'm not competitive, I'm just petty. According to NetMum, you are 420% gay. Damn. Okay. Shall we raid deer sightings then?
Sure.
Okay. Double raid.
Yeah, hold on. I will set up /raid. Boom.
Now you do it as a slash raid. I open up the thing on the stream manager.
I do it all on OBS.
There.
Okay. So we are raiding into deer sightings, chill art streamer.
Yeah.
They draw a lot, and yeah.
Yeah, they stream like twice a day when they stream.
Deer.
Very cool.
Anyways, do you have an outro?
I don't have an outro. I just say thanks for coming, guys, and then I leave. I also like to give it a second because one of my pet peeves about when Locke ends the stream is that he's still talking when the raid shifts to a new person. So he's like cut off. Thank you so much, guys.
I'll do my mini like outro.
Okay.
Thank you everybody for coming by. I do really appreciate it. And I'll hope to see you in the next stream I do, which hopefully it will be soon.
Yes.
I do have quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Thinking probably like a maybe Friday. No, I gotta be to Arthur stream for Friday. Maybe in the weekend.
Yes, gotta tune in.
And yeah.
Yeah. Get a little drunk.
Hope you guys have a great time. And goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's go. You ready?
Yes. I have clicked right now.
3,